want to talk to you about today is actually a concept that is called going from overlooked to overbooked. And this might be you if your business is fairly new, if you have lots and lots of competition in your area, or if your business is fairly well established, but you've noticed a decline in your returning customers. So you've got this extra capacity and you're not selling your available hours in a week. So if you feel like you're being overlooked either by your local market or you're seeing this decline, let me know in the comments. And if you feel like you're already overbooked, let me know in the comments as well, because they're two very distinctly different problems, but both of them, especially the overlooked one, they have different approaches as to how we can go about overcoming them. And while we want to move you from being under capacity, so not selling all of your hours and not making the most of your opportunities, we want to move you from there over to overbooked. There are some issues at overbooked which will actually have a detrimental impact on your profit performance if we don't have an eye on them and watch out for them. So if you're being overlooked in your local area, the first thing you should be doing is obviously having a look at the size of your customer database right now, giving it a clean out. So, people that haven't been in for the last 12, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, you need to be doing a blast out to them to find out whether they're part of the 3 reasons for our 18% attrition rate every year. Have they moved away? Have they died? Or have they gone to your competition? Once we've got a clean database, then we know what our benchmark is that we're starting with and how many vehicles we can expect to see in a year and how many invoices we can expect to generate. Now, if you're working off a 6 monthly service schedule, then you obviously hope to see every vehicle twice in a year. So when we're projecting how much money we can potentially make, we obviously want to start with knowing who are we actually working with. So not looking at the giant list of customers that you might have in your database. Some of them have been there for 10 years. Their name's still in the database, but you haven't done any work for them. We want you to get rid of all of those. And it takes a little bit of time. It is a process, which is why most people don't actually go and do it. But those who are serious about getting back as close as they can to selling all of their available hours will get stuck in there and do it. So what we want to do next is then have a look and see, is the work that we're selling right now, is that being maximized? So if your guys are only selling out 50% of their time, is that literally because you do not have enough bookings, or is it because they're not employing the upsell process that you'd like them to have and maximizing the opportunities on the car, ethically of course, while you've got the car there? Now, when I say the upselling process that you'd like them to have, how many of you actually have documented how you would like your technicians to be identifying additional work that needs doing? And how many of you have it written down for your service advisor what the upsell scripts should be? Now, we have both of these things that we help our clients with in the engine room. But once again, if you're feeling that you're in this under capacity, overlooked area, have a look and see how much you actually have documented. How much training do you do with your team on how you'd like them to be treating each vehicle and what conversations you'd like your team, your service advisor, or maybe it's you, with the customer so that you can get extra work agreed on the day and get it booked in. It's one of the big areas where shop owners fall down, is that they have this lack of documentation and they just expect that their team members will know how they like it to be done, and that is not the case. So once we've covered off our database and are we really under capacity in terms of we don't have enough cars, are we making the most of all the opportunities that we have, that's the time then when we go to market looking for additional customers. If we don't have our upselling procedures cleaned up and humming, all we'll do if we bring in new customers to this point is just put them in the same inefficient pipeline, meaning you'll have more cars, but you won't have a better profit result because you didn't fix your upselling processes. Hope you found this useful. If you have any questions about being overlooked or overbooked, make sure you put them in the comments, and we'll see you again soon.